Good afternoon. My name is Brian. We're part of Team Impulse. We're happy to be here. A couple weeks ago I mentioned an idea to Basil and we were kicking it around, and so this has been a great forum for us to really build out a prototype and introduce it and debut it to you guys and get some live feedback from both users as well as entrepreneurs like ourselves. So my Twitter handle is up there. I'm Brian. My favorite animal is the hollow block, and I did most of the front end work and the makeshift graphic design work.
My name is Basil, and as you can see, my Twitter handle is up there as well. So I did the back-end work for this project, and I also did the integration with Android Wear, specifically the Moto 360. And after not getting any sleep at all, my favorite animal is the sea otter.
So really what we want to get into is what exactly did we build out? What is the product that we're offering? It's not just a cool logo, it's a cool platform. We're taking advantage of something called impulse purchasing. And so there's other sites out there that do that, like Overstock and Woo and Living Social, but what we want to do is bring it down from the daily deal to the seconds. So what we're doing is we're giving users 30 seconds to make an impulse purchase. They see something flash up on their watch or their phone, and they have 30 seconds to make the decision to swipe left or swipe right. So what we do is we curate the best deals across the internet, stuff from Amazon, stuff from Best Buy. We also built out our own inventory management system. So if Vizio comes out with a new TV and they've got a bunch of old models they just want to ship out for at cost prices, we'll take them on for our own inventory and we'll push them out that way. So it forces users to make that purchase, and we also allow them to customize their settings. So if they don't want to spend $200 on an impulse purchase, maybe they want to spend $20 to $50, they're able to customize that. And we'll get into those screens in a minute.
So how do we build all of this? The first step was building a robust, fully functional REST API. So we used .NET MVC framework to build that, and we put it on AWS for scalability. Then we had to build mobile platforms so that we could get mobile apps out to our consumers. So we have an app on Android, and we also have an app on iOS. We built those with PhoneGap. Then we built the Moto 360 interface using Android Wear, and that was native Java. And we also built a sweet, responsive HTML5 site that Brian spent all night working on, and you guys should check it out.
So this weekend I picked up a domain, so if you guys want to go to joinimpulse.com, you can actually see this. So getting into some of the screens, this first step is really the registration process. We wanted to streamline. There should be no real barrier to entry to getting into our app. So you can log in with Facebook, Twitter, Google, or LinkedIn. And what we also want to do is pull your likes, your favorites, what are you into, what are you shopping for, and what would actually interest you. The second screen up here, those are your preferences. We allow you to customize a few preferences. Really, we want to get an understanding of what the users are asking for and allow them to kind of customize their settings so that they're not getting push notifications all the time. We think maybe once a month, maybe once a week, we'll actually push you a real deal. And the third screen you see is actually setting up the payment method. And that's the default payment method that will be processed when you actually purchase an item through our app. The next set of three screens that you see is the actual purchasing. So when you get a notification, it shows up like the screen here on the left, and you can swipe left to pass or swipe right to buy. Now if you swipe left to pass, that deal gets taken off the shelf for you and put on to somebody else. You'll also notice a timer at the bottom of the screen, and if that expires, then you lost the deal as well.
So we basically took that mobile interface and we translated it to the mobile wear so you can have an even more seamless experience as far as purchasing. So you don't even have to whip your phone out of your pocket. You just look at your watch, and if you get a deal, swipe right on your phone to buy it, swipe left to not buy it. And if you leave your phone or your watch inactive for 30 seconds, then the deal expires.
We're going to give you guys a brief demo here of what we put together. So I'm holding here the app. Right now there's nothing there. So if our server pushes something down to the app, we're actually going to push down an Xbox package at a believable low price of $349. And so I can swipe left, and you can see it's about to pass, or I can swipe right. So I actually like that deal. I'm going to purchase it. It processes the transaction, and then we just hit OK, and it'll show up at our door pretty soon. This is going to demonstrate the watch.
And if you squint really hard, you can see it on the watch. So the watch has a television deal, 40 inches for $349. It's a pretty good deal. So if you want it, swipe right to buy it, swipe left to not buy it. But there's also a timer on the watch. And so if the timer reaches 30 and you don't swipe right, then the deal will automatically expire.
So really what's next? We want to start partnering up with some of our affiliate programs, Amazon, eBay, Best Buy. We want to integrate additional services to build a user's target profile. There's no reason that we should be targeting you an Xbox if you're not a gamer. We also want to develop a machine learning algorithm on the server to make sure that we're learning about you, learning your favorites and your purchase history, and then capture additional statistics. So if you're wearing a watch that's picking up on your heart rate, we want to know what your heart rate is doing during those 30 seconds, whether or not it's going up and you're swiping left, or whether or not it's going down and you're swiping left. That way we can properly market these to you. And then we want to start moving into alpha and beta testing. We want to get these in the hands of people like you so that you can continue to give us feedback on this. So with that said, we'd like to open it up to questions from the panel.
And from the room.
And from the room?
And from the room. We're adventurous.
Do you only new products and stuff or also services?
We had only explored products, but I guess we'd be open to kind of discussing services if that was some sort of opportunity to develop a fitness platform.
And in line with the only products question, have you thought about the integration of impulse purchases that are not for that immediate time and transaction, but for a future deal, say a set of special deal for a restaurant that someone can use at a future time?
Yes, so it could be something like that, like a coupon that you redeem. The cool part about this is if it goes like all around the room and nobody buys it, then it comes back to us and we say, why did that product not sell? So we can kind of learn from that and say, is the price too high? Maybe the product isn't something that people are interested in, or maybe it's not something they purchase on an impulse.
Yeah, and as part of the affiliate deals, we can also offer that information to the vendors and say, well, you know, we offer this product to 100 people at this price point and no one bid. So there's obviously miscommunication with the market.
Would there be an algorithm that would drive that price real time if it doesn't sell within that window, that would have some type of an authorization within a range of elasticity, so it didn't have to go back to the
As
vendor?
long as we're not losing money, yes.
How do you handle regret after the purchase? This is why
Right.
Well, when you,
because it's not going. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install the apps when I have the temptation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
well, we would hope that whatever you purchased, you really enjoy it, so there won't be any regret. But I would imagine that, you know, there's going to be a fair amount of returns, so I imagine we'd have a robust return policy. The item would go back into stock, and that offer would be made for somebody else.
And the other option there is also to put in kind of like two-factor authentication. Yeah, you swipe right, so now you've reserved it, kind of like when you reserve tickets on eBay, or not eBay, Ticketmaster, and you have 5 minutes to actually fill out a little bit more additional information that's actually the purchase that you want to make.
I wonder sparsity of communications. You talked about only hitting them once a month, the individuals, and also the serial nature of the exchange. Why not go to 50 people? Why not Woot-like go out with a larger portfolio product? You don't have to buy the product. The vendors are going to provide that inventory.
So our expectation is there will be products that there is a near unlimited inventory. And at that point, you can probably offer it to a wider range of people. The idea is if there is a managed amount of inventory, then we're going to manage it by offering it to a certain subset of people at a given time and then allow them to choose whether or not they want to purchase and then offer it to other people. Now, as far as the frequency in which you will receive offers, that's a customizable setting within the application. So if you want to receive offers maybe 3 or 4 times a day or maybe 3 or 4 times a week, that's something that you can go in and customize yourself.
Our goal is not to bombard you with advertisements and push impulse purchases on you. It's to hit you every so often with something that you really desire for a great price.
Yeah, it's not 0-1. In some periods, I'm going to be one or the other, or in the middle.
Maybe we'll line it up with your Friday paycheck.
And that's another thing that we can that's another thing that we can gain off of heuristics. Like maybe you swipe no after a long period of time, and we figure out, well, this is obviously not a good time to make you offers, so we'll hold off in that time period.
That's all the time we have.